everyone, Alison Powell, Acting Head at Patchway Community School, and welcome to our third Head Teacher update. It's been a really busy time in school. I know that last time I spoke to you, we were just preparing for our enrichment day, and we've had that now, and it was absolutely fantastic to see so many students be out on trips and visits and taking part in things they might not necessarily have done otherwise. We're so excited by it that we're planning our next one, so watch this space. We'll be sending out details very soon about our next curriculum enrichment day in February. Got an awful lot of other events that have taken place. We had our parents' evening for the ski trip this week, and tonight we have our Year 7 Meet the Tutor event for all of our Year 7 families to come in and meet their child's tutor. And then tomorrow we're really looking forward to welcoming a number of guests from various different career sector coming in and holding mock interviews with our Year 11s. And of course Year 11s are invited to wear business dress for tomorrow, so we can't wait to see them coming in looking super smart in their professional business wear. I wrote to you last week about a number of changes that are taking place from term 2. I'm going to write to you again by Friday this week about some changes to lunchtime, but I'm just going to quickly just outline some of the rationale and the reasons why we're moving to some of these things. So the first one is around uniform. I think I talk every time to you about uniform. Just thank you to everybody who ensures their child turns up to school wearing the correct uniform and wearing it in the right way too. We are having a real push on this because we see the uniform as a big part of our identity. So we have a uniform, it's important that we wear it and we wear it correctly. That means top buttons being done up, shirts being tucked in, ties being worn correctly, the right type of skirts, the right type of shoes, and the school jumper. That is really important. It is a uniform that means everyone should look the same, and when we've got variations in that, it stops that from happening. So your support with that is greatly appreciated. On the back of that, if you are missing items of uniform, then Monk House do have a sale on at the moment with 20% off. So please do check out their website and use the time over the next week and the half-term break to make sure that when the students return, they are looking super smart in exactly the right uniform. A thing on nose studs. This term we've allowed students to cover nose studs where they've been freshly pierced with a plaster, and that was actually because we recognised that lots of our students had their nose pierced at the end of the summer holiday. We're good 6 weeks into that now, so from term 2 we're not allowing plasters anymore, okay, and nose studs will have to be clear. If your child is planning on getting their nose pierced over the half-term break, then please ensure that the piercer does it with a clear nose stud, please, so that they're ready to come back to school on Tuesday the 31st of October. Lockers, we've had again another push on lockers and every student having a locker key. It was becoming a little unsafe in the dining room and the area just outside the dining room with people leaving bags and coats and things on the floor, and they've become a trip hazard. Students should have a locker, and the reason is then that things can go away at the start of the day, and it means that we're not having students walking around corridors with big bags and those sorts of things on. So please do support us by making sure your child has a locker key. If there are any problems, just get in touch with your child's tutor or your head of year. Probably the biggest change that we're looking at for term 2 is around the lunch arrangements. Now, pre-pandemic, we always had one single lunchtime of 45 minutes. And following the pandemic, in order to minimise the risk of infection and the spread of infection, we moved to a split lunch of 3 sit-ins. We're now in a position to move back to a single lunchtime, and the reason for that is the following. The first is that we have a number of students who are unable to stay for our enrichment activity after school for various different reasons, from picking up siblings or other commitments, and it feels wrong that they're missing out on opportunities to take part in those clubs and activities with their friends. So by moving to a single lunchtime, it means that everybody's on lunch at the same time, and so staff are able to offer those experiences to our students at lunchtime as in addition to the ones after school. The second is actually, we've recognised that students need time to have social interactions with their friends and with the other members of the school community. And so we think by having that single lunchtime and having it slightly longer gives them opportunity to be children, to have time to play, to have time to talk to their friends, to have time to run around the playground and play football and all those things that are really important to a child's development. And so we're moving to a single lunchtime from the beginning of term 2 as a trial. We've spoken to the student council and we've spoken to staff, and they're overwhelmingly positive about about trying this out, and we'll be talking to you and to parents and students again in term 2 to see how that's going and seeing if we need to refine that anymore or move back to a split lunch. If you're a year 7 parent, I can understand that you're probably thinking, I'm a little bit worried because they're not, they've been used to having their own lunchtime. We've thought that through too, so we've given year 7s their own discrete lunch area, so they can sit and eat lunch by themselves, and that'll be supervised by a member of staff. And also they'll be coming out of lessons just 5 minutes early, so they can get to the front of the queue and make sure they get their lunch first. Okay, I will write to you with all the detail about lunch to you by the end of the week, so you're really clear about how that's going to work. But we are really hopeful that it will, really help develop the culture and the ethos of our school by giving students to really take part in every aspect of school life in a really positive way. All that's left to me to say is, if you do have any questions or queries, then please just get in touch in all the usual ways. Remember, there is the SLT drop-in every Friday from 2:45 to 3:15. But other than that, we are a week away from half term now, and when we get there, I hope you have a lovely, restful half term break. Thank you very much.